What's good? It's your boy 005 Dynasty. I'm in the building. What's good? Got a new vlog today. It's called Attack of the Clone Producers. I think it's pretty cool title, pretty funny. I'm just playing around. I'm playing around with everybody, man. You already know, man. I ain't with that side talk.
I ain't with
Pop
that side
shells had
talk.
him. Rep your gang. You already know, man. It's going down. Pop shells at him is the album. You know what I'm saying? Executive produced by Ghetto Styles. Some dope producers on the album. And it's starring your boy, 005 Dynasty. But anyway, let's jump into this vlog. I haven't done one in a while, so I'm back and I'm ready. And it's pretty cool, man, to, surf the internet and see what other people are doing and to get a general idea on what's happening in a specific community or multiple communities. So what I'm going to talk about today is the music community, producers in general, and this is not a knock on anybody. So don't take this the wrong way. Don't take this as a slight towards you. The way I see it is, if people don't know, guess what? They just don't know. It's just as simple as that. If you don't know, you don't know. And last night, I was watching a live stream from a producer I am not subscribed to. Never seen this producer before in my life. But as you know, on YouTube, it's an algorithm thing. And if somebody, I guess maybe they have a certain amount of people that's watching them or so forth, and you're like in that realm, like some of the videos you watch is in that realm, they'll just put it on your homepage, like on your feed. So you go check it out. So I went and checked it out. It's a producer, you know what I mean? I produce, I make music myself. I'm in there, I'm not saying nothing, I'm just listening. Never seen this person before. The way they talked was, okay. Like, so they knew what they was talking about when it came to music production. Me personally, I wasn't a fan of like just their delivery and just like who they were, like how they was talking. It didn't sit well with me, but other people sit well with because the individual has like 50,000 YouTube subscribers. So kudos to that individual. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing. There's no knock on you. Some people just, their ears gravitate towards some people. They like their voice, and some people don't. I kind of didn't like it, but I still stayed in there to watch. I wanted to see what this individual was talking about. And I'm listening the whole way. I'm watching him work. He knew the software very well. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Going here, bam, bam. He knew how to pan very, very quickly. He knew exactly which plugins he wanted to use at this point in time to do a specific delay and so forth, or put like a little extra, reverb and stuff on the snare to make it sound a little bit different. Like he was controlling the peaks and stuff of that nature. He was doing a lot of different things, playing with, and using a lot of like the famous like plugins that people would use, like, Fab filters and stuff, like the little toys, whatever. Like he was using a lot of that stuff, and he knew exactly where to go. So he was moving fast. Like, So when he's moving fast like that, it makes him seem like he's like real ill, legit. And I'm not trying to say that he's not, but it gives off this perspective, and people, they like that. So, oh wow, he moved way faster than me. So they hit the subscribe button. Like things like that nature. Like, oh, he really knows he's doing it. So anyway, so I'm watching and I'm listening to him because I really pay attention to when people talk. I really pay attention to you. I don't just listen just to listen, let how the shit go one ear out the other. And I'm listening because he's the presenter. He's presenting something. He's presenting his workflow. He's presenting himself, his character. He's presenting his knowledge. He's presenting a style of music. So he's the presenter. And everybody else that's in the chat, they are the listener. You have the presenter and you have the listener. So I'm listening attentively. I'm really paying attention. And it was some things that this individual said that got me to thinking, like, this is why it's the attack of the clones when it comes to the producer community. Or it might be other communities too. But I'm just saying in general, we're talking about music right now. The individual was saying, somebody asked, well, how are you moving so fast? Then an individual said, because I know what I'm doing. I've done it like I did in like my last 100 beats. So I'm sitting, I'm like, so I'm listening more, and he was like, yeah, he said, yeah, it's the same thing. I do the same thing. Like last 100 beats. You know what I'm saying, like just once you keep doing it, repet, there's nothing to it. I know what to do, blah blah blah. So I'm sitting there, and I was like, and I only made one comment in that chat, and I said, I do everything from scratch, like every beat different from scratch. He didn't say nothing about that comment. He skipped over my comment when I said that. It's okay. Because I was trying to say, I wanted him to say something back so we can invite that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to figure out, well, why every, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. But then later on in the video, he explained it. He said, he said, why? He said, I don't need to change it up, basically. He's like, I used the same 3 snares in my last 100 beats. So I'm like, but he's saying that, he's the presenter saying that to the listener. So that a listener hears that. Oh, I really only need to stick to 3 stands. And not be creative and diverse and change it up, or maybe go outside my house and create my own snare. You know what I'm saying? And then he was in FL Studio, so he's going through all these different sound packs, and he had his own sound pack that he created, and he had other sound packs from other producers. And he's going through grabbing all these different sound pack sounds. So he's dragging all this stuff in, you know what I'm saying? And now these people say, oh, he's using a sound pack. Let me go get it. Let me go buy that same sound pack. I want to use the same sound as him to make the same type beat. You know what I'm saying? It sound like with him because it's working for him. He got 50,000 subs. I only got 200 subs. So what happens is now the presenter is presenting something that to me is stifling the community. It's stopping your creativity. It's lowering your creativity, actually, because they're telling you only need to use these 3 different sounds. You don't need to change it out. You don't need to if you get that snare from over there, you might have a totally new different beat that's crazier than what I'm doing, but I only use 3 different things. Oh yeah, I do like a quick melody. I do original melody. I give him props on that. He did an original melody, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a sample pack. It was original melody. So you do a melody, but he only stuck to 1 loop of that melody. So it was just 1 loop. That was it. There was no melody change. It was just once you got that loop, he focused really more on the percussion side of things. So he had different hi-hats, 2 different hi-hats. One was panning this way, one was panning that way. You know what I'm saying? He focused on the snares. He had some pretty cool snare rolls. That was dope. I can't front. But I heard those snare rolls in other beats. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't an original snare roll. It was the same as other individuals. You know, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just that. Yeah. So anyway, but I'm not trying to knock it. I'm just saying there's more. So now, and then he said there was something else that he constantly uses all the time. Same thing, last 100 beats, just change it up a little bit. But he said the one thing he doesn't use all the time the same is the 808 kick drum. But he goes and he got so many 808 kick drums. But listen to what he said. He said 808 kick drum. We come back to that same thing again. So now everybody here is I use different 808 kick drums. So now I can get 100 808s. Nobody's even talking about a classic bass line, a real bass. You know what I'm saying? So, but one thing that was cool though, I liked in his beat that I saw a lot of people do too, is that he had a kick drum and then he had an 808. They was hitting at the same time. So he did this he did a manual ducking. So that's pretty cool because he knows FL Studio. He knows how to go in there and do a manual ducking system so that the 808 and the kick drum don't hit exactly at the same time. They're you know what I'm saying? So it's it's ducking. He did it manually. I would have to go back and look at that video again and see exactly how he did it. I'm not that versed in FL Studio. I don't really dive into FL Studio that deep. It was pretty cool. But it's the same thing if you just put a duck on it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You just put parallel compression. Same thing. He just did it manually. But I thought that was pretty cool that he had that knowledge. So I give him props for that. You know what I'm saying? Because you go into the studio and you need to do that on the fly, he can do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty cool. gave me a thought process on maybe I should learn how to do something like that too, manually. You know? And I kind of do, but it's just a volume dip automation. You know what I'm saying? That's how I would do it. Like I would do like a volume dip on the 808 in a certain frequency range, and then the volume like the fader, I would have the fader automate down and automate up. If you don't know what a fader is, you should be making music. But you ever see the video with Dr. Dre and he's sitting at the board and the faders are sliding up and down like that? Yeah, that's one way too. So I have my own different ways. But anyway, so now the listener is hearing this though. The listener is hearing this, and then one thing I saw in the live stream chat was that these individuals, the way they were talking was they were looking at this individual as if he was like, oh, right? But then they were also saying like, oh, but did you see such? So that they're jumping from all these different producers on YouTube, like these YouTube producers, and they're getting all the information from them. All the information is coming from these YouTubers. And I don't think 90% of these people have gone to school, to tell you the truth. Like I'm talking to listener. I don't think a lot of the YouTubers is like the presenter went to school either. You know what I'm saying? I don't think a lot of them did. They played around with the software for so long, whatever, that they got it. But the way they were talking, so they're hearing what this individual is saying, but they also are bringing along some of these other famous YouTubers into that chat and saying, well, he said this. So now it's all a he said, she said game, and this is their knowledge. So now if all these YouTubers are telling you to do this, like only use 3 snares, get a bunch of 808s, do triplet hi-hats, and just pan them so that you get a little diverse in the spectrum. So, and they focusing mainly on that percussion. They're not even worrying about the musicality. I mean, drums is music too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about like the symphony part is one loop. Even if they create it, they make it one loop. You know, they might change up a little bit, maybe, possibly. And that's where we at as a whole, and as a community. It's just it's dumbifying that. Like it's dummying up the game. It's just like, monkey see, monkey do. Attack of the Clone producers. You do exactly what I do. This is the success story. This is the way we all going to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I when I was looking at that, I was like, damn, it's kind of sad. I applaud the individual for perfecting his craft of learning how to use that software and learning how to make his beats fast and understanding what the plugins are doing, like, or what he's accustomed for the plugin to do for him. You know what I'm saying? So he has his own workflow. But then his workflow was the same as everybody else's music. You know what I'm saying? So his workflow might be different from this producer's workflow, but all their music sounds the same. Like when I was listening to his beat, I was like, oh, there we go. Another speech. You know what I'm saying? The snare rolls, I like the snare. You know what I'm saying? It had like an L reverb, it had a nice pop. It was cutting through the mix. I mean, but then and it sounded full because he had the 808, like, you know what I'm saying? So it sounded full, but it was one loop. And I mean, he could have, and I know he's a talented producer, so he'll probably even make it longer. So it'd be, you know what I'm saying? It'd be maybe a little bit more of a diverse, but it's still the same beat though. He might change up a little bit, but it's still the same core structure of everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like if you listen to a ghost wave music, like my music, my genre that I created, if you listen to a ghost wave track, it's not going to sound like what that gentleman made last night. It's not going to sound like a trap or drill or boom bap. It's not going to sound like that. It's going to sound like ghost wave music. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand we are all using the same tools. We all have this, we have that. You know what I'm saying? Whether we made it ourselves with a synthesizer or we got it from a pack or whatever. But just because we use the same tools, we got the same keyboards, Roland's, all this stuff, right? Doesn't mean our sound has to be the same. I feel like we're being stifled by the community where people are putting you in a certain ground. They're putting you there by telling you this and saying it's okay. They're not saying like, go blossom, do something original, something new. This video is about to end. I'm about to start a new one. All right, yeah, we back. So what I'm saying is this: you're not getting options or being told like, I did do this, but maybe you might want to try this, or maybe just go and try something else. Don't even think about it. Just try it. Put a compressor on this. Put a gated reverb on this, or flip this in reverse and then put a gated reverb on that. You know what I mean? Like, or put a flanger or pan this way for us for like 4 bars. Have that pan going. I mean 2 bars. So, and then the next 2 bars have that pan going this way. So do you see the difference? Like everybody's panning this. Everybody's panning east and west. You know what I'm saying? They're like, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're panning. But in one of my songs, I don't want to wake up. I don't even want to wake up. I have a vocal pan that's the vocal starts and it pans to the back of your head, and then the next 2 bars it goes and then when it gets to this side, it gets louder to go in your face. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm touching the whole dynamic. I'm doing basically like 3D mixing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to one of the amusement parks, like the theme parks, like Walt Disney World, and they put you in the theater, and they say, "Oh, this is 4D or 3D or 4D showing," something like that. I forgot what they call it, right? So, and they like as you're watching the film, and it gets this ocean scene, and water splashes on the people, and actually you feel water all over your face over there because they got water that drop down from the ceiling and stuff. I'm basically doing that with my mixer. I'm trying to be really, really different. I'm trying to really understand the spectrum, what I'm working in. I'm working in a sphere. I'm working in like a circle. You know what I mean? I'm not working just left and right. I'm working north and south as well. So I'm working the whole way, my whole dynamic field. So, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's my thought process. So since that's my thought process, when I speak to you individuals, I'm going to tell you that. I'm like, listen, why don't you try this, try that? Like, how about you just go and figure out your own way? I'm not gonna say you'll just use 3 this, do that, do that. Go get your 808. Yeah, tune that 808, baby. Tune it. Matter of fact, just dip off. Use the ADSR, the attack, decay, sustain, release, and then maybe dip off a little bit of that 808 on the end so it doesn't go too far. I'm not doing that because then once you tell people to do something, they're gonna do it most of the time because there's no guidance. It's my biggest point. There's no real guidance. Back in the days, you had OGs, original gangsters. You know what I mean? Like it might have been your uncle, your older brother, maybe even your pops, maybe even your grandpops. You know what I'm saying? Or your great dad. You know what I'm saying? And they was out there in the streets knocking niggas out, or maybe even getting knocked out, shooting, that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just selling drugs, whatever. But they was in there, they was gaining the knowledge of the streets. And then later on that night, they would come back home and they would tell you this knowledge. Like, yo, I just did this, I did that, or this just happened. Or matter of fact, don't go down that block for like a month. We just got finished business, you know what I'm saying? Or this is how you move away. Or the cops, they sit over here a lot. There's cameras on this pole. You know what I'm saying? They're giving you the knowledge so that you learn. But they give you a lot of knowledge. So you can take all that in. So you learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? You become more adverse or like in tune with the streets and in tune with yourself, giving you that real knowledge. You know what I mean? So when you have online right now, you don't really see a lot of OGs. You don't see a lot of people give you that knowledge, that street knowledge. So if you don't know, as the listener, when you listening to these people talk, you kind of just take their knowledge and run with that, whatever they're telling you. So do you get what I'm trying to say to you guys and you girls? If there's nobody telling you really to be diverse or just go out there and do your own thing or sit in a room and just perfect and learn something, learn your own craft, learn that device, just do it. Just don't even come back to YouTube for like a full year of anything. Like, don't even come to YouTube. Just go do you. You tend to lean towards what somebody just told you and what you think is the gospel. You think what they're telling you is the gospel. And I'm here to tell you, like, that's not the only gospel. Like, yeah, what they're saying is dope, is legit, is facts, it's somebody's style, you know what I'm saying? Somebody created that trap style. Not all y'all. Somebody created that trap style, and y'all all clones, y'all copying it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. That's just the way it works. Like, people copy the clone all the time, everything. Oh, that was a dope picture. Somebody goes home and do that same type picture. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just copies and clones all the time. That's why I named this video Attack of the Clone Producers. So, since you're not getting that diversity knowledge, that be original knowledge, that, step out of the normal knowledge, and you're getting from this YouTube channel to this YouTube channel to this YouTube channel, do this, do this, do this, because it works. That's why everybody's doing this. And also, because a lot of people, they don't even know what being original is. They don't know how to be original because everything is given to them. You can go get anything now. You can do everything is right in front of you now. Everything. And you name it, it's there. You can go get it and you can just do it. You know what I'm saying? You can watch a couple tutorials now. Everybody's a producer. Everybody can make a beat now. Everybody's dope. Everybody's ill. Look at the comment section. They'll tell you. You the GOAT. You ain't sell one fucking record, but you the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? It's clones. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, where does the community go? If you think about it, how many styles could have been born and blessed already throughout all these years? We only have like five, maybe 5, 6, 7, maybe 7. I don't know. I think the 4 core hip hop styles. You know what I'm saying? Trap, drill, hip, boom bap, lo-fi. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not many. You know what I'm saying? I saw another one, hype something. I don't know. So, but everybody's doing the same thing. But think about it, if you didn't listen to this person on YouTube and you sat down with that device. I got my MPC set right in front of me right now. I sit down with my MPC and I go in and I just start learning everything about it. What's happening in this box? What's happening? How can I manipulate music? I know we're all using the same keyboards. We probably all got the same piano. But how can I play something that's different from the next person and then manipulate it to be dope, but then also make that 2-bar loop stretch into a 4-bar loop, from that 4-bar loop to an 8-bar loop, and make a full song out of that? Or learn how to make a full song from a 2-bar loop. How can you do that? How could you make a full song from a 2-bar loop? And I was like, that's what Ghostwave music is. I could literally take a 2-bar loop and make a full-fledged record out of a 2-bar loop, and you will never know that it started out as a 2-bar loop, because by the end of by the end of that record, that 2-bar loop sounds like a 4 to 8-bar loop, because the way I manipulated my song. So, how did we get from just 808 kick drums, triplet hi-hats? You know what I'm saying? You probably use one hi-hat, going, then the next one comes in. How do we get away from that? I'm tired of that shit. I don't like it. I don't even want that in my music. I don't even like to rhyme over that. Sometimes when I'm rhyming over that, like just practicing, I hit rhyme, I'm like, oh, fuck this triple. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it because it is with the game. It's hot. It's new. Whatever I'm saying. But I'll do it for a record or whatever. But me personally, I won't put it in myself. You know what I'm saying? I won't put it in my own. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my old beats, it was probably in there. I don't know. To be honest with you, I want to try it, but literally, I can't do it anymore. Or I can't hit us. I hate listening to that shit. Pardon my French. But so how do we get away from all this stuff? 808 kick drums and no classic bass lines. How do we get away from all that? How do you get away from that? Better yet, because I'm already away from it. How do you, the person that's watching this video right now, when you go to make your next beat, how do you get away from what this YouTuber told you, this producer told you to do, or what works, or what you hear on the radio? How do you get away from what you hear on the radio and create something new that's really your signature, your sound, your style, your genre of music, something new, totally creative? Can you even do that? Do you even want to do that? Do you want to just stay a clone? You want to stay like everybody else? Because if that's the case, that's fine. That's you. You're your own individual. I can't tell you what to do. But when I see the community not growing, and a lot of people saying that it's growing, it's not growing. It's at the same point. You know what I'm saying? It's really at the same point if you think about it. How do we get away from that? How do you get away from going to 50,000 YouTube channels in a month and saying, yo, this is dope, it's fire, you the GOAT? fire emoji stuff like. How do you get away from that yourself and start perfecting just music? Do you think you need to do that? Do you think you need to go to everybody else's channel? Why do you think you need to go to everybody else's channel? Why do you think you need to be that person to boost somebody up or show your face always on somebody else's channel? Why? Why? I'm asking you the question. Why do you think you need to do that? Because hip hop back in the days, or country, or folk, or alternative, or rock, I could keep going with all the different genres of music, did not do that back in the days. There was no internet, no social media, and music still thrived and flourished. So why do you think you need to do that? And why this is the thing on YouTube? Why? Do you really think that this is your only way to make it? Is to keep comment for comment, like for like, sub for sub, and then tell yourself like, yeah, I'm just doing it because of this. You know what I'm saying? Like you keep telling yourself that. Like, it really ain't fucking taking nowhere. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You didn't sign a big major contract yet. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard your music on fucking TV yet. You know what I'm saying? Some people that I know, I know have their stuff is on TV making mad money. I'm not gonna throw the information out there and say it, but there's some people I know, but they're not doing like for like, comment for comment, sub for sub. I swear to God, I'm not even lying to you. I could name drop right now, but I'm not gonna do that to the individual. That's that individual's bread. You know what I'm saying? Literally, no like for like, no comment for comment, no sub for sub. Just what that individual does is making, you know what I'm saying, doing it without all that. You know what I'm saying? And me, I don't want to, I don't even care about being famous. I don't care. I want people to know me. I want people to tell my story, but I don't care about being famous and making all that money. If it comes, it comes. I don't really care though. You know what I'm saying? So how do we get away from that? How do we get back to this? How do we get back to you, your software, or your device, and you creating without somebody else's knowledge or information in your ear, in your mind? How do we get back to just, damn, how does this work, man? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Pardon my French. And then you play around with it till you get it and you make something that's cool. And you learn what that EQ is doing. And you learn what that compressor is doing. You learn what the gate is doing. Or you learn what the expander is doing. You learn what the flanger is doing. You learn that you shouldn't put too much on it because it muddies up the sound. It causes phasing issues. How do you get out of phasing? How do I create a melody and then add to that melody so I have like a 4-bar loop, because that sounds really, really good. Then how do I get to an 8-bar loop but it's original melody? So I got a piano, I got a chord, you know what I'm saying, which is a string, maybe a string, a pad. Then I have a bass line, not an 808, a bass line. I might have a hi-hat that hits maybe every once in a while, a cymbal glide, a cymbal crash, a triangle. You know what I'm saying? How do I get to that type of percussion? Maybe a wood like knock or something like that. But then those are mixed differently. How do I get to my north and south sounding like, you know what I'm saying? How do I get like the sounds not being always compressed? So everything is like compressed like this. So everything sounds and everything, all stuff moves in one line. Oh, that's dope. That's a breakdance move. Oh, pow, pow. It's like, how do we get to that? How do we get to the dynamics where it's really flowing? The pannings are really panning. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we get to that? But by yourself. Because then you'll be able to maybe create your own genre, your own style of music. You might just be able to create something that's brand new, different. And it's going to have a semblance. Like my style has a semblance to this, you know what I mean? But it's a little different, something a little different. And it's not the same thing like everybody else. This is your boy Old Fight Dynasty. This is the vlog titled Attack of the Clone Producers. I can't even say it with a straight face. I laugh every time. Anyway, all right. Attack of the Clone Producers. I'm not knocking you guys and you girls. I just want you to be better. I want you to do better. I want you to think outside the box. Stop listening to all these people all the time, man. You see, I'm telling you to be diverse. Branch out. Do something. Try. Just do something other than the same stuff. Please, man. Dynasty. I'm out of here, man.